Hello. Hey y'all. Hopefully my fan ain't too loud. I'm trying to prevent a little bit of sweating from happening here, but I'm going live today. All right, turn it off. I'm going live, and I just want to talk about the expectation of living abroad versus going there as a tourist. Hey, hello, hi, welcome. All right, so there are some things that I notice and that I come across, especially in like a lot of forums and just experiencing people who come here and have only experienced Jamaica through tourism. And this is anywhere. I'm in Jamaica, so you probably hear me reference Jamaica, but anywhere you've visited that's outside of your native country, it's a different experience. Hey, Chris, um, being there as a tourist versus living there long term. And my advice is to when you come to a different place, come with some type of level of understanding, some type of level of humbleness. Give yourself the opportunity to just listen, learn, and again, don't come there with different perceptions that you've had doing tourism. Now, and I want to reference tourism because what I'm noticing is that people who they come to Jamaica or they experience Jamaica as a tourist, they go to the resort, so they go somewhere and they're waited on hand and foot. They're just catered to, um, and just kind of out of touch with the reality a bit. We're going somewhere, so that's the expectation I'm thinking that people have when they come to these places. Um, and they are expecting that same experience or lifestyle when they visit outside of the tourist areas. And I think what happens is they get that wake up call when they venture outside of the tourist areas, and then they get upset and they go bad mouthing Jamaica or whatever and all this other stuff. All right. So let's start with one of the first points that I noticed when people will say, um, people try and cheat them out of money in Jamaica, or they try and upcharge them or something or whatever. When you're visiting another country, and I don't want to say third world because Jamaica is not a third world country to me. It's still developing, but it's not. I'm not gonna put that label on Jamaica because it's enough people out here that'll run circles around everybody I know financially. So I'm not gonna call it that. Maybe more so it's like a wealth distribution issue or something, but I'm not gonna call it third world country. But um when you go to a tourist area and you go to a different place, typically they're going to have the local price and they're going to have a tourist price. Okay. Local price, the understanding is that the locals typically don't have the access to money or the funds that people visiting there do. Okay. And I know this is a nuance because for a lot of Black people abroad, we don't have the money that people associate America with with having. All right, we have to put our vacations and stuff on payment plans and save and do all the work, extra jobs, pick up extra shifts. All right, but that's not the frame of mind when you visiting there. You're coming from a place that has a whole heap of money. That's the perception. All right, so there's going to be a different price. And I think what happens is, especially with Black people, we have this expectation that your people gonna look out for you or whatever. They're not gonna try and jip you out of your money when reality you're just operating on two different fields. All right, you're gonna have the local price, you're gonna have the tourist price. It don't matter where you come from. All right, you still have access to a certain amount of funds, all right, than the local people have. So that's not anything to write off or try it. And I understand, like, you don't want to get gypped out of your money. I learned how to maneuver, but I know how to get by, get through, or at least somewhat appear as a local. But that's just some of the different realities that you're going to experience when you come here. Now, when you come as a tourist as well, and what I'm also noticing is that the expectation is that you're supposed to be waited on hand and foot and for cheap. And I'm having like a conundrum with like some people who come out here and expecting slave labor almost, like, and get mad at people when they charge a price for something that that is fairly priced for, because the expectation that it's, oh, it's Jamaica, it's supposed to be cheap. They a third world country and they supposed to be happy for me to be giving them anything, any little pennies, funds, whatever. They supposed to be satisfied with that. And that's a problem for me that I have with some of us that come out here and do that. Typically, we should know better, because most of us have experience with being overworked and underpaid. And now you do that on top of living in a country where the pay wage really ain't all that great. That's a whole nother something that I think we need to break down, because it's like, expecting somebody to come and clean your house for what, maybe 2 or 3 thousand Jamaican dollars. I don't even know if that's $20 US. Would you do that for that amount of money? I wish somebody would tell me, I'll pay you $20, $30 to come clean my house from top to bottom. I tell you, can go on to hell. Like, I'm not doing that. All right. So I hope that the understandings are like will soon come to friction, because it's just not. It's, I think, again, it's just those expectations that people have, and you want in luxury cater to service, but you don't want to pay nobody nothing. I think that's kind of like I don't know. Again, it's a whole lot of nuances going into that. And again, when you're coming from somewhere as a tourist, all right, and you're living there, do not expect the same amount of, I don't want to say don't expect the same amount of advancement, but you have to think about, when you're coming from a place like America, who's had at least 400 years of free labor and slavery to give them that advancement over other places. Yes, it's going to take the other places who did not have that a little bit longer to accumulate and adjust. All right, it's just one of those things you have to just come to understand. All right, you can't expect the same advancements in a place that had this much of a head start, and get upset and frustrated when it's just the processes they are still developing. And I have to kind of give Jamaica their props, because given from where they started from in comparison to where y'all are comparing it to America, the UK, like, give the people their dues. Okay, they're moving towards things, they're progressing, they're developing. So it's just having that it's understanding. I don't know, that's the best way I can explain it. It's a level of understanding that you need to have when you move somewhere else. Okay, it's gonna be a different experience for the most part. And again, it's so many things and nuances that I come across with people, and they've come to Jamaica, and again, they've only ventured to Jamaica as a tourist, and so when they come here and trying to live here permanently, they're so thrown off guard, because they just don't understand it. Like, this entire island is not here to cater to you. Like, they got real bills, expenses, things, the same stuff that you working for and trying to obtain over there. They trying to do it in other places. And sometimes their living costs may be more expensive than yours. So it's I don't like when the whole idea is that people are trying to cheat you and all those things. You just, if someone is giving you a price that you don't typically care for something, or if it's they gave you something different than they told the next person, just decline it, and just wait another time and wait till you see something else. Like it's nothing to get up in arms about and go out bad mouthing and talking about them a teeth and all of this stuff. All right, this is gonna be what happens anywhere. If you're coming from any of these other places and you go to somewhere that does not have the same financial or the same economic advantages, then it's going to be different price points. All right, that's how that works for the most part. Another thing, visiting as a tourist um, versus living here permanently, you will see. Again, I feel like a lot of I don't like I so when people come here and talk like condescending towards Jamaicans, um again is when they're venturing outside of those tourist areas, and you come to the places that are not as reliant on tourist dollars. They're not going to have that same it's not going to be the same type of encounter that you would with somebody who may be more in need, or may be willing to work, or take you talking down to them, or the disrespect. Like, it's not going to be the same. Like, they're humans. All right. And these are the things that I'm noticing. I hope people will take heed of when you're going somewhere else. Um, and I think that's about it. Like, just come when you come somewhere else, and you've only been there as a tourist. Come there with a level of patience. Come with a level of understanding, and just take time. Don't be so abrasive. The verbiage that they use is probably going to be a bit different. All right, I've shared before how when I was complaining about something, somebody told me hush, and my non-understanding brain would assume that person was telling me to shut up, like they would like back in America, whereas here it's like a more confident term, and it's just not being so ready to be abrasive and on edge, and ready to fight. Like, it's like, just ask for understanding, ask for clarification. um and there's also a very direct level of communicating out here in Jamaica. So I think, like, because we're in a habit of like sugar coating the way we communicate things in America, and when you come to somewhere where the way they communicate is more aggressive, not that they're being aggressive, they just have a aggressive language. And even like in some places in Africa, it feels like they're being aggressive or something is about to pop off when they're just having friendly conversation. That's just the way that's just the dialect. That's just their method of communication. Okay. So these are just some of the tidbits that I've picked up on. And again, it's just, don't come here with the angst and the on edge, and oh, they need to do this out here in Jamaica or whatever. Jamaica has agencies, they have government entities. Like, it's the same instance of somebody is coming into your house and trying to tell you what to do. All right, you make sure your approach is correct. If you do have, like, desires and ambitions, don't come being disrespectful and just thinking you have to disregard these people because you are under the assumption that they're a third world country. They happy to accept your little measly dollars, and that you're doing something profound by whatever little bits that you're giving. Okay. So that's it for that. If you are needing some more clarity, clarification, understanding, assistance for moving to Jamaica, if this is somewhere that you are considering, please visit berjamaica.com. I will post the links. We have consultation services. All right. If you are needing just general advice, guidance on what to do, how to get your process started, we're here to help with that. We have people who are dedicated to understanding the moving to Jamaica with children, the schooling process, marriage, relationships, all of that stuff. We have people who are able to assist with remote working in Jamaica. And we have someone also who can assist with returnees. If y'all looking to return to Jamaica and business development, all of that stuff, visit our website, berjamaica.com. We have services available to assist you and get you started on your process and your journey and to understand the culture, okay? And to understand the processes and not just come here ready to complain and get frustrated. You have to, it's a process. So if you need assistance with their process, okay, the links and everything will be available, but your starting place will be berjamaica.com. All right, Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica on Facebook. And you can also book a consultation with me directly. Mr. Winston, since you love oogling at my lips so much, all right. Book a consultation, all right. So we can see how we could get you on your returning path back to Jamaica. All right. So that's it. That's it for today. I will see y'all later. And I will give y'all more updates. As of course, I always have something in the mix, something always a guan. All right. Subscribe to my newsletter to stay posted with that as well. And that's it. Sign off. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for y'all support. I'm going to end this and I will see y'all later. Bye.